Hello everybody, happy Friday. Hope y'all are doing good. Alright, if someone has found my phone, if you could let me know where it is, or just return it if you stole it, some of you people. Alright, it'll go off in the middle of the show, unless I did a vibrate thing. Ooh. Okay, moving on. Busy week. Yikes. All right. Let's throw some energy cards real quick before we get into it. Before I do, we have that No Kings March coming up. And somebody said something that is important to be reminded of again. She goes, I'm just not feeling comfortable. Then don't go. I mean, this is not a comfortable time, but we really need to honor ourselves. It's important that we tap into, are we doing this for what reason are we doing this? Is it obviously to try to save our way of life that we have known since probably most of our lives? There's a lot of things with this way of life that needed to be changed, and we are going to have that opportunity in the future. But there's a time right now where if we're not feeling well, then don't go. And don't feel guilty for not going. That's not right either. So, but just honor who you are, what you're feeling, what you're all about. There's going to be a lot of people there. There's going to be enough people there that if a few of us go, you know what? It makes me really, really uncomfortable. You see all the crap that's going on in the news. It's, for me, I'm going, but I'm a little scared, to be honest. So I'm going to have my 360-degree bubble spinning around me, my protection bubble. Make sure you guys bring your protection. Maybe sage yourself before you go. Bring some obsidian. Bring some protection stones with you if that's what you believe in. Say prayers before you go. So, really, really important to have our psychic and personal protections open. And that doesn't mean that we're so protected that we're not allowing things to come in, messages to come in. So think of our shields as like this Gore-Tex material where it'll keep rain out, but it will allow moisture to escape from this barrier. So we can still get some stuff, but not the bad stuff, just the good stuff. Okay? And there'll be things that we hear that we don't agree with. Maybe we need to sit with those phrases a little bit. And then there's some phrases like what the young Republican are saying. We don't need to sit with those. Hell no. And by the way, in case I haven't said, I got 3 cards just to pull right in front. For entertainment only. Yeah, you know where this is going. For entertainment only. For seriousness only. Say hello to PsychicDuck, everybody. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Be safe tomorrow. Be safe. Thank you, PsychicDuck. You still got your voted. I'm in California. I voted 50. You voted 50 times? No, silly. For entertainment only. Okay, I am going to use my Talisman Oracle deck. 3 cards. Take the Talisman with us when we go or don't go to the Nokings. Know your rights. I put something up there on my community page about know your rights. And somebody commented and said, well, you know, I got to tell you, it doesn't matter we don't have any rights anymore. Not true. We do have rights. And the lower courts are holding up. I was listening to Rosie last night. And I don't listen. I'm not really sure why I clicked her on. She's good. I like her. I mean, there's so many great readers out there, but, you know, I just get inundated. And I'm like, where's my protection? It's, you know. Anyway, I clicked on her, and she was talking about it being overwhelming for her. But she did say something. She was tapping into Justice Scalia. And from her awareness, from her channeling, it came out, you're going to get a Christmas present. My words. So the Supreme Court is going to be shifted by Christmas. I'm like, okay, good. I'll marinate in that seemingly nice thought. What if it gets shifted worse? Oh, then it's not such a nice thought. But anyway, so just getting back to the court system, because I am going to talk about it a little later on. The court system, we have no rights. Our rights are being defined as we want them right now in this moment. So don't give up yet. It's just like me saying, I don't know if I'm going to stay on YouTube. Then I'm giving up too soon, right? So I still have a voice here. And when they kick me off, if they kick me off, they'll never kick me off. I got PsychicDuck protecting me. Did I say it was for entertainment only? Okay. So, walking with the Talisman. We're not giving up yet. We're not giving up. That's what this is all about. The Love America March. Can you believe the flag thing? And then they're making excuses over it? Oh no, it's one of those images where you know, you look at this mess and you cross your eyes or whatever, you relax and you go, oh, I see it, it's a wolf. I've never, ever been able to see that stuff. And so yesterday when I got to see the flag that had the swastika in it, which is such a bastardization of peace and love, because that's not what the original meaning was of that. Anyway, another story. I'm like, that's not entertainment. No, it's awful. Okay. Where was I? Squirrel moment. Hang on. There we go. Squirrel. Okay. Oh, looking at that flag, I'm like, I didn't see it. I didn't see the swastika in it. And I'm like, my wife is going, are you crazy? You can't see that? It's interesting though. I mean, so it's interesting what we perceive. I mean, that's a whole nother lesson. When we look at something straight on, what do we see? Is it just the American flag that has some of the lines are messed up? Or is it like right in our face, that swastika? No, I probably shouldn't say that. some of my videos are taking so long for them to review, and it's like, it's crazy. So I may have to take that word out. Talk like, who was the one that said clerk? See how I broke that up? Oh, good Lord. Okay. As we go into tomorrow, let's pull 3 talisman cards. Pick a card that resonates with you and carry that with you with protection. Ooh. I don't know what, I'm not quite sure what that says. Banish a curse. Well, okay, as we go out there and support this cause, however we do it, whether we're sitting at home, whether we're on the street, we are banishing a curse that has come on our lands. You know, again, I keep hearing, you got to be careful what you wish for. So when I do healings, and it's if you remove a pain for something, I remind people, make sure that you replace it with love. Otherwise, you have this hole. So like if you are struggling with a past hurt and you remove it, and you got, right? Okay. Don't need to keep going on with that. Ooh, talking about union. Staying together. Partnership. Being in a crowd. Being in a like-minded community. That's what I get out of that. And then we get leadership. In this, I'm going to go back to these cards and look at them just from the animal section of them. So we have the tiger. We have the rhinoceros. And then we have the snake. And the snake is rebirthing. The tiger is strength, power, and it's strength in when it needs to be strong, and it's chilling when it needs to chill. And the rhinoceros, I have to pause and actually think about this, because I don't know much about the rhinoceros except that the horns, I don't know much about them. So do your own research on the rhinoceros. I'm going to hit pause and we'll dig into it a little bit. Okay, so this is what I picked up, and I'm just going to read 2 phrases, and obviously, certainly not the whole thing about rhinoceroses. They're very powerful, very big. They've been around for hundreds, I don't know how many years. Long time. Oh, for millions of years. That's a long time, isn't it? Yeah. So the quote says, resilience, balance, and strength. There's really nothing to fear when your heart is big and your body is strong. Rhinoceros. And the other thing that popped out at me when I was perusing this, rhinoceroses leave nothing in its path, crushing the brush and vegetation wherever it goes. I don't know why I picked that up. However, it prefers a tranquil environment and is displeased when disturbed. That's the one that I think resonates with me. I prefer a tranquil environment, but I am displeased when disturbed, which is what this Nokings March is about. I would rather not do it. However, And I feel like this No King's March is like this rhinoceros. It's just, it's gonna be crushing ideas of hate America and replace it with love America. Okay, let's go on to the cards that we get. Couple of things that I want to go over. The shutdown and paying the troops. I go, can they do that? You know, and again, it goes back to the one commenter that said, you know, we have no judiciary, we have no rights, and so when you have the administration who is not following the rules at all, can they do that? Legally, no. It's Congress that has the powers of the purse. But little Mikey Johnson isn't letting Congress come back into session because of the Epstein files. And because he's just a really weak, non-rhinoceros man. Non-rhinoceros. He won't allow the Arizona Congresswoman to be sworn in. She's going to be the 218th signature on this. I'm not so sure that's a big deal because I think it's going to be so heavily redacted. However, I think what I was hearing in my third ear was, Diana and I talked about that, you know, you have the third eye. I have a third ear because I hear things a lot. Anyway, what I hear is that, okay, Congress is going to say, give us the documents. The DOJ has already redacted them so much that nothing is going to be in there. However, that is going to allow somebody else say, well, if Congress approved it, we'll show you our copy. Anyway, John Bolton. Okay, so let's look at paying the troops. Certainly, we don't want the government shut down. We want health care and, well, we want health care for all. Maybe that'll come sooner than later. But, what was I going to say? Yeah, we do want our troops paid. Oh my gosh. And DCR, Danny, a subscriber sent me a question on troops surprises coming up, and I'll read on that in a minute. Anyway, the deck I'm using is Tarot Grand Lux and the Rider Waite deck. So let's see what we get. Paying the troops. Is there something interesting about paying the troops that we're not seeing? What do we need to know? Well, let's first look. Is Congress going to pay the troops? I keep seeing some of these generals going, this isn't the right way to do things. Is paying the troops, something going on with paying the troops. I had a little fade there. It wasn't a blank fade. I was thinking of something else. I was going back to SCOTUS. Is there something, what do we need to know about not paying the troops? I don't know really the exact question, so I'm asking my guides, put the right question into the cards, which is not the right way to read cards, but put the right question in about paying, not paying the troops. Let me drop this down and see what we get. What kind of good stuff do we get? All right, so we have the Five of Cups. This is an emotional time. It's not a financial time. It's an emotional time. 3 cups down, 2 cups upright, Sword of Truth. This to me feels like, well, it's the harsh truth. This is the card you don't want to face if you are walking down the street and you see a general and he pulls out this sword. You know things are going to be cut and dried and clear, and you're doing things the wrong way, mister. Be like, oh, okay. At the base of the reading, we have the Three of Wands. Watching ships come in, go out, stormy clouds. Not moving, just watching. Two of Swords in the past, which is they're at a crossroads, but that's kind of in the past as it's going, and these swords aren't crossed. So this is kind of like, we see what you're doing. We see how you're trying to manipulate this loss. We see that. And it's not a crossroads. We've got 2 swords of truth. So you thought 1 sword was going to scare the hell out of you? We got 2. And you know who's wielding it? It's the Queen. Yeah, big trouble. All right, at the top of the reading is the Emperor. You can guess who that is. And let me kick all these over a little bit. And the potential near future we get is a celebration. Okay, what is this telling us? It feels like to me that because this Emperor is up top, and that's the No Kings thing, that guy, Pumpkinhead, it feels like certainly there's a celebration in the near future, but it feels like this No King is being kind of controlled by the Sword of Truth. Yeah, internally, someone gets stabbed in the back, and I'm thinking it's that guy. Externally, we have a celebration. Walking away from sorrow in the hopes and fears, and the final outcome is, we're talking about them being paid. They will get paid. The 9 of coins, 10 of coins, yes, they will get paid. And the 8 of coins, hard work. But it feels, so there's, see, this is why I wasn't getting a really clear question on that, because someone's getting stabbed in the back with this 10 of Swords. And I think it's this guy with this Sword of Truth coming at him. So we get them paid. We get the troops paid. Is that, and this is why we're rambling here, because I get to switch gears and do whatever I want. I get to do whatever I want. Sort of. Till PsychicDuck comes in and says, you're being stupid. You're being hillbilly-ish. Okay. Are they getting paid through legal means? Meaning, which is the Sword of Truth. Are they getting paid via Congress? Is Congress going to open up to pay the troops? And maybe somebody out there can answer this for me. Does the appropriations, I think it's just a majority, right? So Congress can push that through and the Senate can push it through if they came back in session and said, we're just going to do this one thing, get the troops paid. I mean, can they even do that? So, will the government open up fully to pay the troops? 3 questions. 3 cards. Queen of Cups, that's a yes. And that's a, you know what? Knight of Swords. Is that the King? No, that's the King of Swords. Ooh. Ooh, good Lord. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the King of Swords. And we have the Queen of Swords. So these are yes cards. But wow, what a strong female sense to this. Okay, squirrel moment. I got to keep going with this. What is that strong female sense with opening up the government? It's like it's almost by force. And then I think back on the Epstein. What is that strong female sense? The Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, bringing out truth in opening up the government. I mean, to me, it's just like a no-brainer. The government should be open. That's what I'm paying my taxes for, not for ICE. Oh, yeah. Know your rights. Okay, what is this strong female presence in the reopening of the government? Well, it's a battle. It's work. I think they're getting beat up and sick. I think they're retreating. What is this strong female sense? So far, no female cards. Let me drop it down and you can see. So 5 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, 4 Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Hermit, and the 2 of Coins, the balancing, the juggling things. I'm still sensing that, but no female cards. What is it? The hard work, the battle, back and forth, the retreat, the sickness. This is my minor arcana for death. Moving on to abundance. Celebration card. And there's my Queen. Queen of Swords. Legal challenges. World challenges. Defending oneself on the world stage with the Queen of Swords. I think it's okay, so let me back up. Let me be squirrely again. So the first message I got was the troops are going to be paid. The government is going to be open. Why is the government open? Because of all these female cards and the Sword of Truth. And then, leaning towards the Epstein files. And that's why it's not being opened. But it still feels like some of the women are going to say, no. Open. Open. Okay, let's move on. John Bolton. Is he in big trouble? So Letitia James and James Comey are not in trouble. I just think that's just stupid. John Bolton. I have not read what he's being charged with, but it's 18 felony counts, and he turned himself in today. And the little that I heard was that his lawyer said This has already been litigated back when he wrote his book. I think it was something about that. But I think they brought up some more charges. And I don't, let me pause to see who is actually charged, who's the prosecutor on this. Hang on. Okay, so I'm not clear on who the prosecutor is. In my Google search, it's not Lindsay Halligan, it's Kelly O'Hays, Thomas Sullivan. So they've got a bunch of them where during the Comey and Letitia James, I think it was just Lindsay Halligan going in there by herself, which was so weird. But John Bolton, you know, I was scared when he got in and he kind of turned around and said, this is not how we work as a country. He is a super war hawk. So he did push back against the dictator, and now he has 18. Is this real or is this nothing? John Bolton case. Is this real or nothing? John Bolton case. Real or nothing? All right. I'm just gonna. There we go. Okay, we got the star card. I'm not going to show you. We got the Three of Swords, betrayal, stabbed in the heart. We have the Page of Wands, bringing forth new information. The Queen of Wands in the past, King of Coins, pumpkin head up at the top, and the Sword of Truth, Ace of Swords in the potential near future. So, it feels like it could be kind of real with this card, but it's also Pumpkinhead just throwing out, no, I'm going to get this guy, let's use our courts. Although he doesn't follow the courts, so, I mean, he's making a mockery of it, and you know Bolton's got some great attorneys. The Battle, Five of Wands, Knight of Coins, slow moving. It's going to take a while. King of Cups in the past. I mean, in Hopes and Fears. And, Five of Cups. Sorrow. Eight of Coins, hard work, diligent. Shining a light on things. Getting quiet, introspective, shining a light on things. It feels like this case is, you know, it's not a win for Bolton. It's just really sad where our country is going. Let's look at the underlying energy of this. It feels like there's a lot of hard work that he may be showing what this administration is about, kind of like what Jack Smith did today, even though we know it, but maybe more people are going to see it, but it's still really sad for him. We have the Two of Wands, information that's coming to fruition about lovers, the MAGA cult maybe, watching ships come in, go out, defending oneself. Tower moment. Two of Swords, justice on the government. And then we get, yay, okay, gotta stop sometime, but I always like stopping when she shows up. Okay, all right. So John Bolton's case. He's not gonna like it. It is gonna have some justice. It will, I do feel like let's just ask real quickly. I don't think that Trump understands that this is opening up a can of worms for him. And maybe it's not. I think it is. I think all these cases, if they go to trial, are going to open up a can of worms for him. So I kind of hope they do, but it's a lot of resources. It's money, it's time. I mean, think of, you know, instead of putting money in crypto, is there a trading fund on attorneys? Because you could make a fortune if you put on money in the stock market if they had an attorney fund. They're making so much money. So much. And yeah, no, you don't want to do that. Do not want to do that. Do not take financial advice from me. You can take it from PsychicDuck, but not from me. Okay. Does Trump realize what he's getting into? How is this going to affect Trump? It's going to shine some light on something he's doing. He's going to have to defend himself. 8 of Cups walking away. How is this going to work? It may not go to trial. It should have walked away, but it may not. It's a lot of money. It's about the Emperor. News coming quick about the Emperor. There could be some overseas stuff. How's this going to work out for Trump? He's not looking at something. Well, he is looking at something, but he's not looking. So in this deck, so you have the 3 of Cups here, 3 of Cups celebration. In this deck, it's 3 women cheering, dancing, doing ceremony. This deck, this guy's looking up here. He's not looking at what he should be looking at, celebration, the 3 Cups. He's looking at something. Maybe I should get another gold. 10 of Cups, comfort, my Democratic card, and then you got the Republican card. Both 10s, both endings. It feels like if this goes to trial, that this is going to, well, it's going to bring some justice, but I think it's going to bring justice to both sides. It's going to show up. It's just not going to be one-sided, because Bolton is a very, very strong conservative Republican, old school. He's not the young Republican. You can tell by his gray hair. Can you believe that? Young Republicans. Yeah, 41-year-old boy. He's a 41-year-old boy. They're a little immature. You know, when we're young kids, when we're in the locker room grabbing, you know, we do stupid stuff. Grab people. Get on Grindr in the locker room. Sorry, I did go there. All right, let's look. Young Republicans. J.D. Vance. It's disgusting. All right, let me see what I got. Face of terrorists, Democrats. Oh, this is what Heather Cox Richardson said, which I thought was really powerful. The Republicans are saying that those of us who go out on the streets are the face of terrorists. And so what Heather was suggesting was that it's important to show the face of terrorists, us, as, hang on. I'm not going to edit that. Hopefully I won't get blocked. I may. But she was saying, if we get elderly people out, especially women, and when they hold up the sign, "This is the face of America," and she also suggested putting your job underneath there. I'm a teacher. I have the most important job in the world. I raise my kids. I am a CEO of General Motors. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh my God. So whatever your job is, I'm a podcaster. Whatever it is, proudly display that. How can they say that that's terrorist? Anyway, so crazy. Okay, I want to read on the military showcase down in San Diego. And so let me pull this up on my email. Come on now, where is it? Come on. Hang on. Okay, so one of the subscribers down in LA, I can't remember exactly his handle. It's DRC or DCR. You could just call him Danny. You could. Anyway, he said some psychics keep referring to a big mistake being made around the current time we're in. And because I don't listen to a lot of other psychics, I mean, I did click on Rosie for a little bit and caught that bit. Normally I don't, so I'm not sure what he's referring to. He goes, it's reported that the Navy will be shooting live rounds into the Camp Pendleton area on Saturday. Camp Pendleton is, I think, a Marine base in right outside of Oceanside, California, just north of San Diego. San Diego is a big Navy base as well. And there's some concern there. When you drive down the 5 freeway, you can tell I'm from California, or I've lived here too long, because all the freeways have "the" in front of it, like it's the only freeway in the world, the 5. But we also have the 101, so competing freeways. Okay. So besides the military, there's military housing. There's also the decommissioned San Onofre nuclear power plant really close by there. And even though that power plant is shut down, it's not a light switch to shut down a power plant. So it's slowly dropping down. You don't want to bomb it. Let me just put that in there. It's also really close to a very good friend of mine. So, damn. So he's asking, is this a big mistake? If that power plant gets hit, that's a big mistake, right? But luckily we have people in charge who really know what they're doing. What could go wrong? We have a Fox News host, and we have a guy that likes couches. Again, sorry, I didn't mean to go there. Well, I kind of did, but... Okay. The event is entitled America's Marines 250-year anniversary. From Sea to Shore, a review of amphibious strength. I wonder if they're going to make those amphibians do push-ups. So who's going to be there? Oh, J.D. Vance and the secretary of, not going to say it, of Fox News, Pete Hegseth. Part of the weekend events includes a live fire amphibious capabilities demonstration at Red Beach Camp Pendleton. And then following that demonstration will be a gathering at Del Mar Beach for a beach bash, which includes food vendors and music and family activities for the Marines and their families. Beach bash. Okay. The question is, what could go wrong? Is this going to be the surprise event? What could go wrong? So I looked at the clock, 4, 5, 5, 5. Ooh, what could go wrong? When I was living in California, I scuba dove extensively in the Channel Islands, and there's an island right south of Catalina called, I just had it, it just went away, San Nicolas, hang on. Okay, so it's San Clemente. That's the island that's just southeast of Catalina. The one that's further out is San Nicolas, and that's really pretty diving out there. But Santa Catalina, they use that island for military training, and they bomb the hell out of it. They'll put old tanks and stuff. And when I was diving out there, a friend of mine had a boat, and we went diving out there, and we had jets flying overhead. We had a submarine pop up right next to us with, and they dispatched an inflatable boat with 3 outboard engines, fast. Couldn't hear them. They were so silent. And they came up to the boat and they go, "Hey guys, what are you doing?" Just checking us out. They were real friendly, real nice. They said, "You got to be careful here. Don't pick up anything in the ground." And he goes, "And we're going to be doing some exercises tomorrow morning. You may want to be out of here." We got out of there. But, I just mixed up all my cards. This is going to be interesting. So, which is why I have another deck, which is the Rider-Waite. So, is this event that's going to be happening down in San Diego, that is being referred to as America's Marines 250. There's a Marine jet called the Warthog, and then you have Hedgehog. Such disrespect for pigs. Okay. Is there going to be any surprise event? What do we need to know about this supposedly training exercise on the 15th, where they're going to be shooting live fire over the freeway? They're not closing it down. Now, the only saving grace to me is that the Marines are very well trained, not like their leader, Warthog. Do you think he's going to have a couple of cocktails at the party afterwards, at the beach bash? Is anybody looking in to see if he's still drinking or not? Is there going to be any surprises with this military event? I'm not feeling anything. Is there going to be any surprises with this military event down in San Diego? Are there going to be any I heard a mishap. Is there going to be any surprises? Shit. That's no good. At the top of the reading, my video's skipping, so hopefully it's not going to show up on the final. But I get the Five of Cups, lost. Let me drop this down. I'll just point. So we have the Page of Wands, we have the Six of Cups, the innocence, going back to a simpler time. Maybe, oh yeah, we can just do this, it'll be easy. At the base of the reading is the Tower. Is this the military destruction of what they're doing? They should have taken a pause in the past. They're looking at things from a different point of view, but they just keep going forward. We have the Queen of Wands that is bringing us some new information. So maybe she's going to say, hey now, let's let me just keep going, see where we are with this. Not looking at an offer, not looking at something. You got Karmic Wheel of Fortune. You have the Big Stick and the Ace of Wands and the final outcome. Well, just because I didn't feel anything, the fighting, doesn't mean that the cards say, yeah, something's going to happen down there. It's going to be sad. There's going to be fighting over it. There's going to be some restriction. So you have loss and sorrow. You have betrayal. You have verbal altercations. Yeah, the cards say there's going to be something to look out for there. Let's look to see, are there going to be any is there going to be a stray ordinance? Is there going to be a stray ordinance that's going to endanger people? Is there going to be a stray ordinance that's going to endanger people? Crossroads, Two of Swords. Damn. Five of Cups, Big Stick, heartbreak. Not looking at something, but there's a celebration. Moving on to calmer waters. Chariot. Wow, something in this is gonna create a movement, and she shows up again. This calming energy, female we hope, and the fear is she won't show up. And then we get the King of Swords, the military might, Sword of Truth. Fast charging, looking at new growth, being aware of new things happening. So this could be, as I look at this card, a double-edged sword. It could create loss. I didn't see loss of life. That may be, but I didn't see the Death card or the Four of Swords. But there is certainly sadness and loss with this. In moving on from whatever this was, to get the King of Swords in play, and we hope the Queen of Swords in play. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Stick a fork in me. Yeah. Everybody, please, whatever you choose to do, be safe tomorrow. wrap yourself in protection, wrap yourself in prayers, and if that doesn't work, put a pillow over your head and hopefully it's full of duck feathers, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Peace and love. Peace and love.